Hey everyone, welcome back. I know, your social studies exam is just breathing down our necks. And this chapter, Rights in the Indian Constitution, it sounds a bit heavy, right? But trust me, don't you worry one bit. Today, we're gonna make this ikdum simple. Ready to get started? Cello, let's do this.
Okay, so when you hear the word rights, what comes to your mind? Probably some boring, dusty old textbook stuff, am I right? I get it. But what if I told you these aren't just words? They're like real-life shields. They protect you. And to really get what I mean, we're gonna start with a true story that happened right here in India.
So picture this. It's 1982. The big Asian Games are happening in Delhi. Huge stadiums, fancy flyovers are being built. And for this, thousands of poor workers were hired. But here's the catch. They were treated horribly and paid way less than the minimum wage. You know, the basic amount the government says you have to be paid. This is what we call begar, basically forced labor. And it's just completely wrong.
So tell me, does that sound fair to you? No way, right? This is a perfect example of what happens when our rights are just sitting in a book and not actually helping people in real life. And listen, if you think that story was bad, wait till you hear about Machala Lung. His story, it's just something else.
So, this is Machala Lung. At just 23, he gets arrested in Assam for causing some injuries. But the thing is, he was found to be mentally unwell, so he couldn't go to trial. Instead, he was sent to a hospital for treatment. Seems straightforward enough, right?
Well, what happened next is, it's just unbelievable. He stayed in custody for, wait for it, 54 years. Can you even imagine? 54 years. And the craziest part? Doctors actually said he was fit to stand trial. Not just once, but twice. But nobody listened. Nobody did anything.
Just look at this timeline. Arrested when he was 23 and released when he was 77. His entire life just gone. Why? Because his right to life and liberty, which includes the right to a fast and fair trial, was completely ignored. This is a right our Constitution promises every single one of us. Okay, so to stop horrible stories like this from ever happening again, the amazing people who wrote our Constitution came up with a genius idea. It's kind of like a warranty card you get with your new mobile phone. You know, if the phone has a problem, the company has to fix it, right? Well, our Constitution gives us the same kind of guarantee for our rights. This special guarantee is called a Bill of Rights. It's basically a list of rights that are super protected by the Constitution itself. And here in India, we call our special list the fundamental rights. And the most important part? Even the government can't just decide to take them away from you.
And hey, this is cool. Your own textbook uses this exact same idea. It really is just like a warranty card. If someone violates your rights, you can literally go to the court and say, "Excuse me, my constitutional warranty has been broken." And the court has to step in and help. How amazing is that?
Okay, now for the super fun part. Our Constitution gives every single citizen of India 6 major fundamental rights. But let's not call them rights. That sounds a bit dull. From now on, let's call them your 6 citizen superpowers. And here they are, your 6 superpowers. First, the right to equality. Then, the right to freedom. Next up, the right against exploitation. Then, the right to freedom of religion, so you can believe what you want to believe. After that, cultural and educational rights. And finally, the boss of all rights, the right to constitutional remedies. We'll look at the first few right now.
Let's start with superpower number 1, the right to equality. It's super simple. It just means that in the eyes of the law, everybody is the same. Doesn't matter if you're the prime minister or a student like you. Everyone is equal. It also says no to any kind of discrimination based on your religion, caste, gender, or where you were born. And this is huge. It completely banned the terrible practice of untouchability.
Superpower number 2, the right to freedom. Oh, this one's a big deal. It gives you the freedom to say what you think, to gather peacefully, to live anywhere you want in India. But the most important part of this superpower is the right to life and personal liberty. Remember Machala Lung, the man who lost 54 years of his life? Yeah, this was the exact right that was stolen from him. That's how important this is.
And now for superpower number 3, the right against exploitation. This is your anti-bullying superpower. It makes things like begar, that forced labor we talked about, a crime. Remember those workers from the Asian Games story? This is the right that says what happened to them is illegal. It also protects kids, banning anyone under 14 from working in dangerous places like factories. Okay, but hold on. What happens if someone tries to take away one of your superpowers? Who do you call? Who protects the protectors? Well, that brings us to the ultimate superpower, the one Dr. Mbepker himself called the heart and soul of our Constitution.
This right, my friends, is the master key that unlocks all the other rights. It's the right to constitutional remedies. It's the superpower that protects all your other superpowers. It basically means if any of your fundamental rights are violated, you don't have to go to a small court. You can go straight to the top, to a high court or even the Supreme Court, and demand justice.
So how does the court actually protect you? It has 5, let's call them magical spells. The real word is writs, but don't worry about the fancy names. For example, Habeas Corpus is what could have saved Machala. It's the court saying, hey police, bring that arrested person to me right now. Mandamus is the court telling an official, hey, do your job properly. The other 3 are just different ways the higher courts make sure the whole justice system is working correctly. Simple, right?
All right, let's tackle something that I know confuses a lot of students. So we have fundamental rights, right? But the Constitution also has something called Directive Principles of State Policy. What on earth is the difference? Let's make this super clear once and for all. Okay, the easiest way to think about it is this. Your fundamental rights are your superpowers. They are a promise, a guarantee. And if someone breaks that promise, you can go to court. That's why we say they are justiciable. You can get justice for them. Now, the directive principles. Think of them as the government's to-do list or their New Year's resolutions. They are goals for making India a great country. But you can't sue the government if they don't finish their to-do list, can you? That's why they are non-justiciable.
Okay, everybody, focus up. Pencil and paper ready. This next part is a total exam score booster. A question just like this one often comes for 5 marks, and I want you to get every single one of them. So let's put on our judges' hats because you're about to decide a case.
So here's the situation. In a village in Odisha, there's an old custom where people from a Dalit community are forced to wash the feet of an upper caste groom. But now, the younger generation, who are educated, are refusing to do it. And for this, they're being attacked. Now, you are the judge. What rights are being broken here? Seriously, pause the video for a minute and jot down your thoughts. Go on.
Okay, you've thought about it? Great. Now let me give you the recipe for a perfect, full marks answer. Step 1. Identify the rights. You need to mention the right to equality, especially Article 17, which bans untouchability, and also the right to life with dignity from Article 21. Step 2. Explain why it's a violation. Clearly state that forcing someone to do this because of their caste is a massive attack on their dignity. Step 3. Give your order. As the judge, you would order the government to protect the community and arrest the people who attack them. And for bonus marks, always end with this line. The Constitution is supreme and these practices are illegal. Boom, full marks.
And there you have it. See? I told you we'd make it simple. You guys did an amazing job today. You are now officially a master of your constitutional superpowers. Seriously, you're all set to handle any question that comes your way from this chapter.
But hey, before we wrap up, just one last thing to think about. Knowing about your superpowers is cool, right? But what's even cooler is knowing how to use them. So my question to you is, now that you know all this, how are you going to be a more aware, more active citizen? Just think about it. Okay, that's it for me. All the very, very best for your exams. You're going to be fantastic!